I've nicknamed him the Mountain. He goes by Wrecking ByuL as well. And he's 5-3 in Pro League. His record against Protoss is 3-1. He had some really incredible holds at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah, he plays this awesome, very late game style against Protoss. Just gets a really nice big ball and fest. Just warm host, brutal alerts. He plays very late game, kind of like Roro does from Samsung. It's really cool to see. Really sick style.
And over here for SK Telecom T1, classic Kodas Protoss, who's 2-1 against Zerg, 3-1 overall. He's played in previous Pro League seasons as well, and his total record is 42-35. Not a bad Protoss. In fact, one of the better ones right now.
Yeah. I feel like this guy still hasn't had his fame unleashed just yet. If he can have his big breakout thing, like Zest is currently doing right now, I think that would be really good for him because, he's beginning to prove time after time that he's really, really strong. Yeah, especially his performance in Kodes, for example. The map is going to be the King Sejong Station, where we've seen ByuL perform well in the past. Let's see if he can do it again.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right, the red Zerg out of Incredible Miracle. This is going to be ByuL.
Yep. And to the top left in blue, Protoss player for SK Telecom T1. It's classic. And we'll see if he wants to stay classic today or pull a fantasy and just reinvent the wheel. I really feel like part of that success of that build was really due to the map, but I would like to see it on another map, like Yunsu, for example, and see how it plans out there.
Yeah. Outbox are one of the maps, that's pretty new to the scene, is here in Pro League.
So old SK Telecom photos. See a picture of Boxer there.
And it's the Korean caster back again.
Yep. And
Kanata.
Wow, we have a fast pool here, actually. Not really ByuL's style.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised by this.
Yeah, this is pretty unique. Because of that cheerful, I have no idea what time it was exactly, but it looks like it was it might have been an 8 pool because you got 2 extra drones after it, and there's no cancel, minerals left over until now. So it looks like he went for an 8 pool. So this is going to be it's going to hit very fast, and Classic is not going to be expecting this because it's not how ByuL plays. He plays defensively. He shouldn't play defensively on this very map. I think he was a player who actually had the burrowed units on top of the ramp waiting for the attack.
Yeah, I think that was his first game here, and look at this, Nexus first.
Yep, Nexus first. How greedy does he play it after that? The Zerglings are already on the way. 8 of them queued up here. Gate in the main, so no Forge for defense. The positioning on the pylon, though, is going to be really nice for him. It's going to be very difficult for him to actually kill that. What he may do here, I don't think he's just going to kill the Nexus. I think he's just going to try to trade against as many probes as he can before the Zealot comes out. Barring a big micro mistake from Classic, he's not going to die here, but he's definitely going to eat some damage.
Yeah, I would love to see ByuL go straight into the main here. I really want to see him hit at those probes. I don't want to see him try to cancel this Nexus down.
And he's about to get his first glimpse of that Nexus. The Overlord does see it. And the Zergling's actually going to come into the main base here undetected. The Nexus doesn't have enough vision to see this. And now Classic sees. He could even start to... he's just gonna go around here. If he kills this pylon, I don't think the second one actually powers the gate. Definitely not going to power that core, that's for sure. And now he's just going to fight the probes here with pretty good surface area for the Zerglings.
Yeah, he's got very good surface area here. The pylon actually taking a bunch of damage as well. He's going to pick at this pylon here. It's going to go down.
Yeah, that second pylon going down is a big, big problem. And he actually catches the Zealot as well. He's going to surround that completely. Probes helping out, though.
The probe's trying to help out. Just one more hit. It does kill the Zealot.
Yep.
So another good thing there. Continuing with the Zerglings is ByuL. He's making 10 more. Staying at 11 drones here. He is getting that expansion, though.
It basically takes 4 Zerglings to kill a Zealot if there's nothing else helping out and you get that surround. So, with the next Zealot coming out here, if he can bait it away and then surround it and kill it again, that would be great for him because he's... I don't want to say he's all in here, but he very well is close to it. I mean, he's only at 11 drones. He does have a second hatchery, But the way he's playing this, it looks like he just wants to use that to make more Zerglings. You know, use that extra larva. So...
Yeah, I mean, he's at 21 Zerglings right now with 11 drones.
Oh, the Mothership Core will come out. And this is a bit of a problem because he has no answer for that. There's that Zealot.
Zealot is going to get eventually surrounded, but very nice micro here, keeping it alive for as long as possible with the Mothership Core continuing to do damage.
He's
Another
actually
Zealot
just going to go
down
for the Nexus here, and he's got enough Zerglings to maybe get it done. He decides not to, goes into the main. And how many probes can he get here? That is the big money question right now. Here they come, pulled off the line already. One probe goes down to the natural.
He's continuing to Zen the reinforcing Zerglings at that Nexus, wants to keep on doing damage to it. Look at this, he wants to pick at that pylon and try to unpower this gateway. If he can do that, no more Zealots will be coming out of there. There's a Stalker.
It's really interesting he keeps those Zerglings at the natural. I guess it's to keep the Mothership Core occupied, you know, to keep it away from the main base. The energy is not quite enough for an overcharge just yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Mothership with 13 kills right now. All Zerglings.
Oh, wow, this Overlord is going to go down. That's going to be a big pain. Oh, he goes for the Nexus. Will he get the overcharge off? It's very close to being active. I don't know if he can actually get this, Brendan. I don't think he can.
No, he's not going to be able to, even with these reinforcing. He's going to try to go for it. He's going to try with all his might, but no. These Zerglings look like they're going to go down. I mean, even more. There's blocking with the pylons.
Beautiful moves here by Classic. And Classic has secured himself the win here. 2 base against 2 base, but the worker count 21 to 12. He's got the much better tech. He's now got a tight wall with the Zealot. Absolutely no way ByuL is going to get through here. There's also the overcharge available he can use. He's got 2 sentries here. Absolutely will not happen. There's the overcharge, and I'm sorry, ByuL. Your strategy has not succeeded.
It was a good idea. I
Even
liked
the Overlord.
it. He almost pulled it off. The Overlord does get away. But now, like you said, Classic has secured. ByuL is not going to quite GG just yet, but he's in a really big disadvantage right now.
He saved a lot of larva, it looks like, so he's gotten his drone count up back to pretty even, but with Chrono Boost on 2 Nexi, he's going to be able to keep that pretty competitive Classic, that is. He's also going to be able to now start his tech. You see the Stargate is already on the way. He's going to be able to start Warp Gate research. I think he's repowered that Cybernetics core by now. I hope so. And what he will likely do is just hit a timing attack after he sends a few Phoenixes out to harass.
I would love to see him do that. I remember him playing in an ace match on, I think it was Frost with the Cannon Rush, right?
Yeah.
And he went for the Stargate that barely did any damage, but if he had just gone for a timing attack, he could have ended it right there and wanted to play it a bit safer.
Yeah, I think we may see somewhat of a repeat of that, to be honest. That's a very good look back that you just kind of brought up there. We'll see how he wants to play this. Yeah, he's going Oracles just like before. He damaged the Queen a little bit, though, I think, with that Mothership Core, so the Oracle might just be able to straight up kill it. Then he could do even further damage.
Yeah. The other problem here, though, is that ByuL is going to know this is coming 100%. He sees the Stargate is being chrono boosted.
Yeah.
He's going to have the Overlords as well in position. He's going to see the Oracle coming out. He has a Spore Crawlers going down even now a bit early.
Yeah, I mean, the Spores are forcing him to lose drones, if you think about it in the most technical sense, because you have to lose the drone to make the Spore, but I really would have preferred to see maybe a timing or even just Void Raise and take a 3rd base, because I don't think this Oracle is going to get a lot done now that the Spores are up. If he doesn't see the Oracle, that's one thing, but he's prepared. I mean, as you can see, I think the Oracle got 1 kill. Clicking on it's the only way to know. If he can deny this 3rd, that would be pretty big.
Yeah, he was picking away with it, at it with that Mothership Core that has a ton of kills. This Oracle trying to come to the base has no kills so far.
Yeah, didn't even get the 1. Should just use the Oracle to kill the hatchery with his Mothership Core together. I think that would be the best way you can actually get the value out of that Oracle. Because he's certainly not going to get any drone kills.
And yeah, Class is going to go for the expand here.
This makes sense. He can use the Oracle to help defend. He doesn't know how many Zerglings are on the map. He saw that there were not very many drones in the natural, so he's a little bit concerned about that. And that may be part of the reason why he just decided to turn it around rather than going to attack the 3rd base of his opponent. With the Twilight Council coming up, the +1, we may see what we oftentimes... Wow, those Force Shields grab a lot of Zerglings there. What we may see on this map is what we see most of the time on this map is a timing attack with Blink and +2 against Zerg. We see this all the time, but with the position that ByuL is in already, it's going to be tougher for him to hold it than it would in a normal case where both players just play a straight-up macro game.
Yeah, I mean, this is coming from the beginning of the game where he went for that 8 pool, and he's just, we even see the units moving across the map here for Classic already, and he's just got Zerglings so far. That is ByuL. I mean, he's trying to pick at it, he's trying to delay, he's trying to bring the units back, and he's doing just that. But with a ton of these gateways coming out, Classic could definitely go for a timing attack like that and do a ton of damage.
Yeah, I mean, these Zerglings are not going to be able to really do a whole lot with the wall step here. Blink is on the way. He's going to start +2 right away here. He's going to have all those additional gateways he just powered up, not only to defend his Nexus, but also to attack. And ByuL is kind of, I mean, for him, he just needs to try to delay this. He knows that something like this is coming. A fake Colossus is shown. I don't think he's going to believe it, not for a second, but we'll see. I mean, he's not getting Hydras. What? Uh-oh, that Nexus is pretty low. Starts to attack it here. I don't think he's going to be able to get it, but he's certainly going to try. And it looks like it will be defended there with force fields, but wow. One thing else to consider, though, is that's a lot of Larva spent. That's a lot of Zerglings he used. That means he's not going to have those for the defense.
He went for it. He actually got through the wall there and was almost able to take that to the Nexus. That would have been good. I mean, the push would still be coming, but like you said, it's a lot of Larva here. And he's been droning up pretty hard here. He's trying to get that Spire up. I wonder if he was actually confused by the hallucinated Colossus.
It's possible. You know, the Spire's not going to be useful really on the defense here, that's for sure. This counterattack is going to be pretty annoying. That one Oracle that comes over to help greet it is not going to be enough. And it looks like he's just going to walk all the way home here. At least he's considering it. A lot of indecision by Classic in this game. That's definitely something I've noticed. He will have a tight wall here, but he's got no cannon set up. And that wall is not going to be tight for long, especially with those gateways so low on hit points.
Oracle finally turns on the attack. He's actually blocked there by that Zealot.
There's a reveal. That is excellent. That's going to let him know exactly where those units are at any point in time. Force field's there, stopping the Zerglings. Just turned out the Zerglings didn't want to go that way anyways. Turned around.
And now Classic, he's sitting on Blink. He's trying to get that +2 out, and he's making a Void Ray as well. It's going to be very useful against all these roaches. He's not going to have much anti-air. He just did finish that Spire, though, ByuL did. And he's making 13 Mutalisks.
This is an interesting choice because he's up against a heavy Blink Stalker composition. This is, like, absurd, by the way. This is, like, a huge novice mistake that he's making repeatedly. Showing some nerves here, I feel. But 18 Mutalisks, on the other hand, is a different story. 13 Mutalisks is like, okay, well, he can deal with that with the Blink Stalkers he already has. But 19 Mutas is a totally different story because if he's not able to come home when those hit, we could find ourselves in a elimination race.
Definitely, well, maybe. These roaches being caught out a little bit by these Blink Stalkers that War Prison over here could definitely help in the attack as well if it comes up with the army. These roaches and Zerglings going to try to pick at this wall. No cannons down just yet.
There's the overcharge. Those mutas are popping out right at the same time this attack hits. He's making spine crawlers up at home, but just a few of them. He needs another wall here. That gate is not long for this world. Here comes the Void Ray to help out. The Oracle's helping as well. Stalker's blinking forward. He's trying to rush his way over to this base. The spine crawlers are not in the right spot, and here come those Mutalisks.
Mutalisks already attacking at the third base. The second Nexus really low as well. Classic shows no signs of going back. He's blinking his army right into the base of ByuL here. And his Mothership Core is back at home for that Photon Overcharge. He doesn't have a recall.
The problem here is that, you know, the Nexus has that cannon. He's got a lot of cannons to defend, but the Nexus doesn't have a lot of hit points. So he's chosen, you know, arguably the incorrect location for defense, but still, with more and more cannons going up right now, he's got this really strong army the Mutalisks will not be able to beat right now, and he's not going to have any more than the 4 you see queued up right now after that Spire dies. This is going to become an elimination race with the faster army being the Zerg army, but the better army being the Protoss army.
Yeah, Protoss army, I think if it can take out these buildings in an efficient manner and group together and go at that fourth base that you guys just saw with a ton of that static defense going down, it could be really nice. These mutas, you know, they're slowly dwindling in number, and, you know, look at ByuL's, you know, minerals and gas right now. He doesn't have much. He's not really able to make any more mutas, so that's basically all he's got right now.
Yeah, once he loses this lair, he won't even be able to rebuild his Spire. Don't think he will anyways. Looks like ByuL's realized that the Observer was killed during that fight by a Spore Crawler, so he's burrowed his drones. That means that they can always just pop out and, you know, make an extractor. Really interesting shot. We actually have Curious looking on behind ByuL, which is pretty cool to see, just to get him to watch from behind and see that extra, like, really first-person view of what's happening. But, yeah, as it is, man, I don't like ByuL's chances here. These spine crawlers are nowhere near enough.
It's not enough, and he's put so much minerals into that you know, that's basically his last defense here.
Yep, Guardian Shield goes up. These Stalkers have way too many upgrades, and they are going to force their way through. Drones coming off to try to help out. It's nowhere near enough. Here come the rest of those Zerlings, and the Mutalisks are flying back. Hallucinated Stalkers to help shield here. This is ByuL's last chance. Guardian Shield goes up. Great force fields. Does he have enough Mutalisks here?
It doesn't look like it's enough. Very good force fields here again, but these Zerlings picking at the front. It seems like these Stalkers now with the reinforcements going to come from behind. It's not going to be enough here for ByuL.
No, definitely not. He's definitely a type out here. You can see his frustration on his face. Classic looks happy. He knows he's won it. And that is going to be it, down to 15 supply. ByuL is frustrated. GG. Two pretty unusual games back-to-back. You know, ByuL could have earlier, if he wanted to, tried to send his Mutalisks to fight against one group of Stalkers that was, you know, away to try to kill those and then try to take control of the map, but he waited too long. Then he decided to do it at the last second, but by the time that he started to do it, Classic already realized, sent the rest of his Stalkers down, and it was just too much anti-air.
No, it was just too much at that point. And remember how the game started? You know, ByuL a bit down from the beginning, so the fact that he put up a fight for that long was pretty decent. But Classic, you know, like we were talking about, maybe he could have ended it a little bit earlier, but decided to go for the safer win.
Yeah. Well, this is not looking good for Incredible Miracle Man.
No,
if I can speak totally frankly,
very, very lightly.
Like, if I could just say something, it's not looking good.
No, it's actually looking terrible. We got Curious up against Sulky in our third match here. It's going to be a ZVZ Sulky, ZVZ Monster.
Yeah, he really is. And oh boy, this is all down to a Zerg versus Zerg now. Zerg versus Zerg, an extremely volatile matchup, first of all. And